Good morning children. Let us start our class today. Okay, already I mentioned to you, as I mentioned, we are going to continue with one more discourse. Okay, till now we have been doing all minor discourses. Okay, you learned about notice writing, diary entry, invitation. Okay, like this you learned these all minor discourses. Now we are going to continue with both the discourses, that is from major one and minor one. We are going to learn two discourses together at a time, like a biography. So what I mean by biography, just I am going to explain you in detail, and before that what I want to say is the same you are going to learn at a time, a profile and a biography. Okay, biographies are of different types, like three types. So biography is of three types. What are the three? It is a biographical sketch. Okay, first one is biographical sketch, next one is autobiography, the third one is profile. Okay, and what is going to ask for you to be asked, what is going to be asked for you in your examination is either biographical sketch or profile. So out of these two, biographical sketch is going to be given for 10 marks, that is your major discourse with a choice. Okay, and it comes to profile. Profile is going to be given for a minor discourse, that is 5 marks question without choice. But almost the features of both are same, but I'm going to make it clear what is the major difference between these two. So coming to the beginning of the lesson, that is what we are going to learn today. First we will learn about three different types of biographies. I already mentioned there are three different types of biographies. Okay children, we will start now. So first coming to what we are going to learn is, we are going to learn about biography. Okay. Did you listen to this word anytime? Did you hear? So, and these biographies are of three types I told. Biographies are of three types. Okay. First one is called biographical sketch. Okay. First one is called biographical sketch, and next one is called autobiography. Okay. Next one is called, the second one is called autobiography, and the last one, third one is called profile. Okay, so what are going to be asked, I told in your examination, coming to the examination point of view, you are going to be asked only one, that is for 10 marks, biographical sketch in major. Okay, and coming to the next one, it is going to be given for 5 marks, profile as minor discourse. Okay, one is major and one is minor discourse. So this you keep in your mind. Okay children, now we will see in detail what is the difference between a biographical sketch and autobiography. Then later on we will see what is a profile. Okay. So first we will deal with, first one is biographical sketch. First one is biographical sketch. Okay children, so what is a biographical sketch? I will give you an idea. So generally a biography is the details, that is complete detailed information given about a person. Okay, coming to the biographical sketch, it is written by another person, like it will be written in the third person pronoun, and who is going to write this? Not the person himself. Okay, that is a subject about whom the history is written, life history. Biography is nothing but a life history of a person. So in a biographical sketch, the life history is written by another person but not by the same person. The person himself is not going to write the biography. So that means what? A person is going to collect information either from the subject himself, that is the person himself, about whom the history is written, and we can collect information from his friends, relatives or other sources. Okay? And especially these biographies are generally written to give information about that person, that is information about the life details of that particular person. So coming to the details, so generally biographies are divided into three parts. Generally they should be divided into paragraphs. Like first paragraph should be like an introduction, that is like birthplace, education and parents. Next coming to, we can also take in the second paragraph, we can take about profession, career, whatever they have undergone or whatever they have took up. Okay, and coming to the conclusion part, we can go with the achievements, awards or whatever they have done in their life, like how they impress the people, what is their effect on the people, that is on the public. So in this way we can divide a biography into either it will be biography, autobiography or profile. We can divide it into three parts in it. This is the method of writing. Okay, I am just speaking to you as a point of view of your exam. Okay, we can go at one length, but it should make attractive to the person who is reading. It should be very attractive to the person who is reading, and it should be clear. So by reading the biography, he should be able to understand clearly about whom it is in the first paragraph. It is the minimum detail, the personal details of the person in the first paragraph, later on about his career or profession, and the final paragraph we should also mention about if any special achievements, awards, honors they have received. So this type of information is written in the third part. Okay. So what are the points I told? First point is it will be written by another person and not the subject or the person, subject or the person about whom it is written. Okay. That means, so a third person is going to write, like he is going to collect information about the person from the person himself, and further information he can collect from other sources like internet, maybe magazine, it may be newspapers, it may be, or relatives and friends. Like that they gather the information. Okay, and it should be written in which pronoun I told? It should be written in third person. It should be written in third person. Okay. Coming to the next point. What do you write in the biography, ma? As I mentioned you, the important events or the experiences what the person has undergone. So like this, only the important events and experiences are written. Okay. The important experiences and events are written. Okay, these are written. So I hope you got an idea about what is a biographical sketch. Why? Because, so as I mentioned, it is not written by the same person. It is written by some other person. A third person is writing about the person, and the information is collected from friends. It may be neighbors. It may be surrounding people. It may be, or the same person may give personally about it. And one more point I want to mention is these biographies generally they are also taken up as a different aspect. Okay, like a film may be shoot. Okay, a film can be shoot. Next, you can also print in the form of a television serial or in newspapers and magazines. Okay, in newspapers or magazines. Most probably these are actually published in the form of a bookmark. These are actually published in the form of a book. Okay, published in the form of a book. Okay. So when can this person do all this? Whoever is writing, okay, he should take some permission from the person. So about whomever you are writing this autobiography or biography, whatever it is, the person should give his consent. The person should give his consent for either publication of it, right, making a film of it, or printing in a newspaper, whatever the source is through which it is publicized to the people, to which the people are known. So it should be prior consent of the person should be taken. Only with his consent this can be done. Okay, ma, is it clear what is a biography? Now we will see what is an autobiography. Okay. Now we will see what is an autobiography. So the second one, what we are learning among the types of biography is second one. Like autobiography. Auto means self generally. So what do you mean by this? It is written by the person himself. Okay. Autobiography. Biography is written by another person, and autobiography is written by the person himself about his own experiences. Whatever he has undergone in his life. It may be experiences, or it may be some struggle he has undergone, or he might have achieved something like receiving some awards, honors, or he might have done some research. So whatever it is in his personal life, the person himself is going to write. So that means what? It should be written in the first person. Okay? And especially coming to this autobiography, here not only information, his personal feelings are also expressed to the people. Along with the information about his life, okay, life events, even his personal experiences, his feelings are expressed. That means what? It will be full of emotions and feelings. Autobiography, we can see, full of emotions and feelings of the person who is writing. The person who is writing himself is the main character in the story. Understood, ma? Now we will see the points. See, first thing is the subject or the person himself or herself writes. Okay, is going to write. Is going to write. Okay. So based on this, which one it should be? It should be written. It should be written in. Okay. It should be written in first person. Okay. What else do you see in this? You will see his emotions, his or her feelings, emotions, experiences, and major events in life, in his or her life. Okay, so it is clear, ma? So as I told, biography is written by a third person, in a third person pronoun. Okay, some other person is going to write about this person. But coming to the autobiography, the same person, he himself or herself, is going to write about his life. Okay, what he is going to write? It should be in first person, and he is going to mention the feelings, emotions, experiences, or the major events in life. Okay, he can mention whatever he likes. And generally, coming to the biography or autobiography, it is a non-fiction one. It is non-fiction writing. What do you mean by fiction? Something which is imagined, which is unreal. But here it is a non-fiction writing. That means what? Whatever happened in real life is mentioned in this biographies or autobiographies or profiles. Keep that in mind. Okay? It is a non-fiction. Okay? It is non-fiction, that is something which happened in real life. Okay? Something which happened in real life is written in the biographies and autobiographies. Okay, children, now shall we see what is a profile now? So coming to the profile. Profile is also just like a biographical sketch book. Okay, the same points are mentioned. Generally, in a biographical sketch, very detailed information about the person is mentioned. All the important events or experiences or whatever happened in that person's life, in detail they are given. But when coming to the profile is also giving the life experience of the other person. That is, some third person is going to write about a person. Or sometimes this is not asked in your papers, but even while applying for your job, you say either you say curriculum vitae or resume. There also you mention the details. Like these two types will be there in profile. Okay, but in our examination point of view, the same biography in a short form is asked. So what we can say? Profile. It is a brief or short form of a biographical sketch. Okay, ma? Is it clear? And what are the things which are mentioned? Not in detail like biography, but only the main events. Okay? Main events or highlights in a person's life are mentioned. Okay? In a person's life are mentioned. And how you should produce this, I told. So even in this also, the person's experiences, okay, experiences, birthplace, achievements, and achievements are written. Okay, but in a very brief and short form. Okay, Nana? Next, coming to what did I say? Generally, we should make it into different paragraphs. Should be written in different paragraphs. Like first paragraph, you can write about the person's birth and that is birthplace or birth details. Okay, parents and education. Okay, this education can also be included in second part as a part of his profession or career. So in the second part again you can mention it either in the first or second. Education you can write, or the profession, what did he do in his profession or career also can be included in the second part. Okay, and third one, and what comes under this profession or career part? Whatever he had done, like he might have done some research or some projects. Okay, like this we can write in this second paragraph. Coming to the final paragraph, that is the third paragraph, it is also called a conclusion. Okay, it is also called conclusion. Like we can write about finally what was his impact on the people. Like how does his life affect the people? How did it affect the people? Along with that, impact on people, that is impact on readers who are reading it. Okay. Along with that, we can write if he had received any awards, honors, okay, and special achievements. Okay. So this is actually what is a biographical sketch or an autobiography or profile. But you should also know how to write it. That is, what are the things you should remember? What are the steps to be followed while writing these all? So we'll see those first. Okay. So we'll see what are the points to be remembered. Okay, things to be remembered while writing a biography. Now, things or points to be remembered while writing a biography. Biography includes what? Biography means what? It may be a biographical sketch, a profile, or even an autobiography. Okay, ma? Now we'll see what are the points to be kept in mind. First one, proper sentence formation. Proper sentence formation and coherence. What do you mean by coherence? So there should be proper connectivity between the sentences. When you are writing a paragraph, they should look as if they are in continuation. That is, something is going on in a continuous way. So that is what called coherence, which to be, okay, proper sentence formation, coherence to be followed. Okay, this should be followed. This is the main point to be followed, because it will make clear what you are trying to make the people understand or what they are reading. Okay. Next, coming to the next one. What is the next thing I told? Sequence of ideas. Sequence of ideas to be followed. What do you mean by sequence of ideas now? When you are writing about a person, you can't jump from birth details to profession again from profession to education, and again in education to awards. So there is a certain order in which the events take place in the person's life. So that's why it is said that there should be a sequence to be followed while presenting the details of the person. Okay. Next comes the next point. Chronological order. Chronological order of information to be followed. Okay, chronological order of the information to be followed. What do you mean by chronological order? Just now I mentioned. So like first birth take place. Okay, first you will give the information about the birth, then education starts, then his professional career starts. Like this, in a time period, a particular time period or particular year, the events take place. So as per the events, order of events you should mention in the biography or autobiography or profile. Okay, that means that is the reason given chronological order of the information to be followed. Clear, children? Next coming to the next one. So sometimes we will be writing about the incidents which took place in the past. Sometimes they will be happening. Based on that we should use the tense. Like birth. Birth is an event which already took place. Education also sometimes will be an incident which already took place. So in which tense you should use it? You should write it in the past tense. But when coming to the present information, if you are still, when the person's information is still, that is in his life, the incidents are still going on. Sometimes you need to use present tense. Okay? Based on the time, specific time when that incident took place or when the event took place. Okay? Based on that you should use the tense. Okay? Now, based on the time period of the occurrence of the incident, tense must be used. Clear, children? Next, what is the next thing you should follow? So there are some important things I told. What are the things like when you are giving the details also, there is an order to be followed I told. So about the personal details of the person like place of birth, date of birth, then later with the parents information. After parents information you should write about the education of the person. Later on after the education his career or profession will come into view. So after the career and profession he will start working or he will start doing some project, research or some other work. So that work should be mentioned. And finally what you should do, whatever he had achieved, like some people they might have achieved some awards, honors, some special respects. So these type of things should be mentioned later. So there is an order to be followed. So that also you should keep in mind. Okay. See now, it must begin with details of a person's birthplace and date, parents. Then after parents you should write about the education. Okay. After education what comes from? Then you should write about the career or profession. You should write about the career or profession of the person. After profession. So after entering into his profession or career itself he will be able to achieve something. So there you can also mention after the career details you should mention about achievements, awards and honors. Okay. So there are certain people who has a lot of influence on the society. So for that type of people you can also mention in the concluding passage about impact of their life and achievements on public or readers. Okay, ma? Is it clear? Now next, coming to the next part. So as I told you, you can't go on writing this in a single paragraph to make it clear, attractive and understandable. That is comprehensive, easily comprehensive for the people who are reading. You should write it you must write the details in different paragraphs. Okay. So what should the paragraphs include? As I mentioned, first introduction should be there. Okay. First introduction should be there. Then body, that is the further details of it. Then you should write the conclusion. Okay. Then you should write the conclusion. Is it clear, children, now? So you should note down all these points, whatever I am giving, which are going to help you in writing the question whenever it is asked for you in the paper. Okay.